We saw Graham take some shots deep on Saturday and made a couple of big plays, got some flags. Like, is that something that you're trying to maybe encourage him to look for those and try to make some of those plays happen for the offense?
No, I think what we do is we coach him to see the right looks. You know, the play is called. There's alerts, there's intents, there's a progression in the read. And we want him to be aggressive, but we also want him to be smart. So when he sees the right look, we want to give our guys a chance to make play.
With Keontez Lewis, just how has he developed? Obviously first year in the program, but how has he gained chemistry with Graham, but also the skill set what he can bring to the offense?
Yeah, I think number one, he's a worker. You know, he loves the game. He cares about it. He works hard at practice. But you see, he's fast. You know, he's long and he's fast. And those are good traits to have. He's continuing to perfect his route running. But I was happy for Keontez to see him make a couple of big plays for our offense. Again, that's a product of the hard work that he's put in, not just this season, but also all the way back to the spring.
I know you're not the wide receivers coach, obviously, but can you, because of your history, can you give him any tips, or do you talk to him, or does he come to you?
Absolutely.
What are some of the things you tell him? Because especially being such a young guy, because he didn't have a catch at UCLA. I don't even think he was targeted once at UCLA last year.
That I don't know. I thought he played.
He said he played every game, but he said the ball never came to him once.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of bizarre. I didn't know that.
That's why he came here.
I mean, Elvis is a great coach. I played it, I coached it, and we all talk football.
Okay.
I think we all see the game the same. I may say something a little different than Coach Whitted, but you know what we want our guys to do in the offense. We're all on the same page. I may talk about some of my experiences, some things I've been taught, whatever we can do to help them be the best player that they can be and be productive. That's the goal. As a position coach or a coordinator, we're all on one accord with coaching our guys.
Bobby, Cole asked you about the deep passes, but how would you assess the passing game overall for 2 games?
The thing is, you want to be efficient. You want to make plays when the ball flies your way. Overall assessment, I think we've been effective. We just got to continue to improve.
What did you see on that 4th down play, the 4th and 3 that you guys didn't get today? Played that pretty well.
Yeah, no, I gotta put the guys in a better position. I like Coach's aggressiveness, and I like that he has faith in the offense. And I told the guys I got to do a better job of getting him in a better place.
Bobby Clay's a guy who's made some plays early. What has he done to kind of put himself in this role? And did you envision him having being someone who could play a part in the passing game?
Yeah, I did. I mean, obviously he's fast. I think he has good hands. He's got good movement skills, and I think he's smart. He understands the offense. I think that the way the game ebbs and flows, you can never fully know where the ball is going. But like I said, there's a progression, and in those 2 plays, he was the number 1 in the progression, and Graham did a good job of getting him the football. So he made some plays. I know he want to have the one back, as we all would have, but we still have faith in him. We're going to continue to work and improve his skill set and be a part of our offense.
When you guys look back at the film, just curious what you saw in the fumble and maybe what he could have done differently.
You just got to know where guys are, and just got to continue to preach ball security, and not just talk about it. Work it, drill it, and have the guys feel it, and we have been. So we just got to be mindful of the situation and always securing the football with our technique.
What kind of flexibility does it give you as a coordinator to have a group of tight ends that you can run 12 but still be able to attack downfield and do everything that you want to do in the passing game with two tight ends on the field?
Yeah, I think anytime you can find personnel and formation balance is a good thing. And I think our guys and their skill set, being able to run and being able to be physical and block at the line, gives us that.
Bobby, I know you've only called the plays here for 2 games, but how do you go if you go into the game plan and if you see maybe establishing the run early isn't working as well as you'd like? How do you balance in your mind? How long do I stick with it? Do I go by feel? Are we eventually gonna wear them down? How's your thought process of that?
I think it's just that. It's an in-game feel.
Okay.
There's conversations with the coaching staff, talking about what we want to do in between series and how we want to, attack the defense. But we're going to stick with our running game, no doubt. But we also have to use the passing game sometimes to, alleviate the pressure. I just think it was more so, the miscues than the execution that hurt us. Kind of, if you're going 1st and 10 is one thing. If you're 1st and 20, that's a totally different thing. You know, so I think part of it is the miscues with the penalties and what have you that kind of limits what you can do in some down and distances.
How do you think of that? I think 9 of the 11 penalties were on offense. So did that catch you by surprise, or how do you clean something like that up?
Yeah, I mean, it's not our standard. You know, we just have to be more disciplined. But I think it's the details of it. Like when you're tired, or having your footwork right, having your hands inside. There's so many little things that go into playing this game, and we stress those all the time. And we will continue to stress those, and guys just have to understand when they're not in a great position, you know, when to let go or how to get their feet to help them get in a better position. So we're just going to keep coaching the details that we've been coaching.
What does the film look like on the Aggies from what you've looked at so far in the week?
Yeah, you see, to me, they fly around. You know, I think they're an aggressive style defense. They play quite a bit of zone, but they'll give you some different looks in terms of the multiple fronts and some things that they do with their linebackers.
Bobby, did it seem like the offensive line was getting a lot of push on Saturday? What does that unit need to improve on moving forward?
I just think all of us as a team, we just need to improve every phase of our game. You know, we're so early in the season, it's hard to point the finger at any one group or any one person. We all have to get better.
I mean, obviously your experience against him as a play caller is in practice, but what stands out about how Jim calls plays and calls his defense that is challenging for an offense?
I just think Jim's smart in terms of knowing the situations. And I think he knows his defense. I think he really understands his defense and his personnel, and you know what their strengths and weaknesses are. You know, I think he has a great feel for the ebb and flow of the game.
Bobby, you know, kind of a sort of game day question, but in terms of recruiting, you have recruits in for games, for home games. How do you strike the balance of there are certain recruits you definitely want to see? How do you work between that and also obviously focusing on the game? Getting the players prepared, but also trying to look to the future now today too.
I mean, I think at the point where you're saying hello to a recruiter, you're bumping into him. The game plan is done, the preparation's done. I'm worried about calling plays at that point. You know, I'm not going to spend too much time in this game day. You have to maintain a focus. But the preparation for that is done all week long, leading up to the game.
Did you go in with a script? Some coaches have X number of plays scripted beforehand, or not?
We have somewhat of a plan.
Somewhat of a plan.
I can't divulge exactly what that
is. I'm asking you to
we don't go in.
Is it flexible?
Yeah, I think it's all flexible. I think
Okay.
you go in with certain calls that you want to make by down, distance, by where you are on the field. But again, if you get a big play or you're backed up, you know, I think the situations. Football is such a situational sport. I think that it will dictate that you may have to change some of your calls. You can't just go straight down the line.
Bobby, going off that a little bit, I felt like Washington State was keying in on the run a little bit, especially on early downs. Do you guys feel like you could mix it up a little bit more in early downs, or just...
Again, I didn't feel that. I thought that, you know, we moved the ball. We had some chunk plays. I think it was more, you know, we had a few penalties that you get a 26-yard gain, you get a 24-yard gain, you get a 17-yard gain, you get a 12-yard gain. And I think all of those were runs. You know, so I think some of that was more so we felt like, okay, we're not doing as much as we should, but we're going to trust our guys. We have a really good O-line, and we have some really good backs, you know. And it's up to me, it's up to us to continue to find that balance, but, you know, we're going to run the football.
I mean, obviously it's early in the week, but do you have a sense of where Riley Malman's at coming back, and you know if he's going to be ready for Saturday?
No, I'll let Coach Chris address any injury situation.
Thank you.
Thanks.